So now I chose Oklo over SMR because of the Sam Altman connection and additional hype and the sentiment premium that comes along with Sam Altman and a potential for one day. Thing I think you have to squeeze now. All right. They have been pounding the $10 and $12.50 calls here. Look at this volume yesterday and the open interest. Look at this. You see this? 15,000 versus 11,000 open interest. Interesting to see what we're at today when we open. 23,000 on the 1250s. I've been mentioning for a couple days the extremely high call volume and how they may want to gamma squeeze Oklo. And now, look, all over the news, it's SMR, using, that those letters. Yeah, and you have SMR here, but, we're going to go Oklo. But I think you have to throw away fundamentals. And okay, some people may disagree with me. At this point in time, every once in a while, you get short squeezes in names, right? In sectors. And this is the time. The stars are aligned for a short squeeze in Oklo. I'm not in a full position. I think I added some, at 1250, was it? I added some at 1250. I tried adding more at 1265 while I was driving, but it ran away from me. And I had to go to 1290. But I'm leaving a lot of firepower to buy more dips. So look, what we'll do is throw Oklo into our top list here. All right. But really, this is just a continuation of the inflection point in uranium. If you think Oklo is risky, just go URA. All right. And just own it. Own it for this coming move that's going to continue into the rest of this year, into next year. Look, 3363 minimum target on URA. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too much sentiment. It's too much catalyst, and it's going to overcome. It's going to overcome any other market dynamic. It's going to overcome the shorts, overcome the bears, overcome any concerns about fundamentals. This is the moment we're in now, and it's game on. And you can see that 28,000 share bid right now in Oklo at $12.80. Okay, so Oklo, look at that. Back in our top 5 here. In fact, let me just let's see what kind of position I have in my trading account in Oklo. Oh, it's so small. Oh, I got a small position, man. Do I want to buy more while I'm on the show? Buy high. I think this is one of the days I'm going to leave more room to buy the dip. I will, but I'm going to add a little bit more here at like the high. Okay. 1290. I just think sometimes you got to have that instinct, and you got to strike when you think there's going to be a short squeeze, and I think there's going to be a short squeeze. So, wow, that's crazy. All right, Oklo in the top 5. All right. HIMS. Okay, HIMS, I'm very bullish on for earnings. I want a long-term tranche of this. I've been in call options for a few days. If you're with us right here on this day, October 30th, I started buying call options, bought more on Friday. It was one of our bigger winners on Thursday. It was our bigger winners on Friday. Big open green candle Friday. This sell-off I've been explaining for a while. Unwarranted. Too much focus from the bears on GLP-1. Even without GLP-1, this stock has been beating and raising every single quarter, even without the impact of compounding GLP-1. So we'll see. The trend is your friend, right? So I'm always going to bet on the trend until it breaks. And that trend is beat and raise every quarter, beat and raise every quarter. So that's a good bet to take, that they're going to beat and raise again. So I'm looking potentially for this stock to be trading in the $23 to $25 range tonight and tomorrow if they do have that earnings beat. So HIMS is going to be a top 5 stock today. We'll throw that up at the top. All right. Amazon, okay, Elon, I mean, Jeff Bezos has been selling everything he could at $200. We got some call options overnight, $200 strike for this week. And my thinking was on a Trump victory, we can break 200 because, and I don't know if I mentioned this on the show yesterday or on our Discord. I think it was on the show. Jeff Bezos did something it took some guts. He went against everybody in his organization to prevent the Washington Post from endorsing Kamala Harris. Okay, that happened last week. And there was like a mutiny at the Washington Post, and people were really pissed at him. So he took a stand, and I'm sure Donald Trump took note of that. The question is that the market take note of that enough to say Amazon's a Trump stock, just like Tesla will benefit because of his support for Trump. Will Amazon benefit because of what Jeff Bezos did for Trump in the past week? That was the thesis for why we got some Amazon calls yesterday. And it's really underperforming today, up 0.45%. If we look at the QQQ and SPY, up 2%. Look, I got to throw Amazon in the top 5. I got to say, now we have all the ingredients finally. We don't know. It's a black hole. We don't know for sure how many shares is Jeff Bezos selling at 200. So it's definitely risky to do this. But if there's ever going to be a day where there's enough buy volume to overcome a big seller, I would say maybe today's that day. So let's throw Amazon in the top 5 for a break of 200 for a second. But it's not just about the supply. It's also about the demand. So even if you want to imagine whatever the max quantity is that you think Jeff Bezos is selling out there, if there's any day where the demand can overtake the supply, today's a good day to do that. All right. That's basically what I'm saying. And has already sold many shares. It's not like he just started. He's been selling for a long time. So I would guess is closer to the end than the beginning. But again, it's a black hole what the supply is, but also today the demand is going to be crazy. Let's take out that $200 Jeff Bezos wall today. Let me start with Tesla. Tesla, this is one where we're not closing out, all right, the trade card. First of all, our target was 270 to 300. Hasn't reached that yet. Second of all, I mean, are you kidding me? Elon Musk is somehow going to be paid back for what he's done for Trump, all right? That's obvious. Everybody knows that. And beyond that, we called the bottom in Tesla. Like the trade card, we nailed that one, and we're like, this is the long-term inflection point for Tesla. It's the last of the big mega caps that now has to catch up. And I'm looking for all-time highs in Tesla. I think this is where you hold Tesla, just like we've been holding Bitcoin since a few months ago for new all-time highs. I think Tesla, the new all-time highs are going to come. I'm not saying the next couple months, but in the next 2 to 3 years, at least, this is heading over $414 in my view. So that's Tesla. This is one where I like it, meaning I think the gains will hold, and you can look for opportunities to buy the dip. I think the dips are going to be bought in Tesla. As far as levels, I don't know. Let's see. You got this pre-market at 278, double bottom. You see that? Maybe that's a spot if you want to try to day trade 278. But I have a fairly good size position in my long-term account that I'm just going to hold. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with Tesla. Am I going to pick up some day trade? Something or other. By the way, Tesla calls, I mentioned it in the Discord like 5 times yesterday because I thought it was a great way to play on a Trump victory. Let me just say, Tesla is not over. Not over at all. I updated the price target in our 4-pillar channel in our Discord, gave you guys a new price target. We had 270 to 299. We upgraded that price target to 300 to 315. Where is it? There's a 300. I got to go to weekly candles. 300 to 315. Okay. 300 right there to 315 right there. That's the more near-term targets. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes by Monday. Who knows? Might even come today or tomorrow. 300 to 315. Tesla, we were spot on with Tesla 2 days in a row. I'm going to go, man. I'm going to say 3 days in a row. Today's the day we break 300. I feel like this can be what Amazon was for us the other day, where we said the 200 wall is going to go on Amazon. And then if we break 200, we rapidly go to at least 205. By the way, why was that the case? Because we knew Jeff Bezos was selling there at 200 for a long time. So once you take him out, there's no more supply left, right? That's why it would jump very fast after that. Okay. Tesla's a little bit different story. We don't know if it's a strong seller at 300, but it's a big psychological level on the chart. Okay. And it's a big also, not just psychological, technical level too. It's right here, 299.29. All right. You break two and look at that. That's so beautiful. It used to be resistance back here too, around 300. Okay. So you break 300. Where's the next resistance? Right here at around 313, 315. All right. We gave this to you a couple days ago. It's playing out exactly so far as we said. Why not? Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm means you got it wrong the first 2 times. Nope. Trend is your friend, I guess. Story trading's on fire. So I think we can break 300 today and maybe quickly make a move towards 313. Maybe today, maybe to Monday. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but that's going to be in the cards.
It's not easy to understand why stocks go up and down, but even in volatile markets, there's always a discoverable and logical reason behind price action. Story trading is a social investing community of investors who share information to uncover the hidden stories behind the trade through the 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. All price action can be understood through the lens of these pillars, allowing for a holistic view that empowers better decision-making. Only by understanding markets can you beat them. Join our community today and start making sense of markets.
Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, November 13th, and it is going to be an awesome day. It is risk on. We were already pretty pumped last night coming into this morning because let me just show you Tesla, man. Yesterday, we were trading Tesla live in a video share on our Discord, and we caught the bottom over here at 325 or so. After hours, it did go to 321, but the regular session, 325. And we got multiple catalysts today. I think we're going to be challenging 350 to 360 possibly today. So that was awesome. We'll do a macro review in just 1 second. But I just want to note yesterday, let's go to our top picks. ASTS was our top pick yesterday. Didn't work out yesterday, but I ended up swinging in the entire call position I got in multiple accounts. You see we're up here, up 6%. Sometimes you got to know when to swing something on one of our top picks. So I did swing that ASTS. We'll go over the thesis in just a second. And another top pick yesterday was, where is it? Right? Where's our cats or our cat? Do you see? There it is, right top.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Second one.
Another top pick yesterday, our cat exploded up 6% to new all-time highs, or new 52-week high, I believe it is, which is what we predicted yesterday. We said we're going to take out, we can challenge, at least challenge this previous high of 394. We closed at 397 at 410 this morning. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But first, a macro review, a lot going on. Look, yesterday we had a pullback in ARK, but we reiterated that we're not changing our price targets. The price target's still going to be 64 to 72. So yesterday we took the opportunity to make sure to at least stay in our position. Towards the end of the day, I added a little bit more. or these RK call options, but the thesis hasn't changed, just a small pullback. Now, this morning, we got CPI in line. CPI in line, and I think that's going to be enough. Market's already telling you, pre-market at least. Pre-market thinks that's enough to keep this rally going. This is one of the most, crazy breakout. It's just so clear. This is such an obvious, clear breakout with RK that I almost don't care about any other external factors. It's been years. And it's RK's turn, and it's happening, fueled under the surface with Tesla and Bitcoin, which is driving Hood, and also what's the other one besides Hood? Hood and Coin, and we also have the AI names like Palantir. This is like a dream ETF all of a sudden. Cathie Wood's been hated on for a long time, but now RK, the sweet spot, an awesome place to be, looking for 64 to 72. So we got that CPI giving us the tailwind that's pushing. This look to me, it looks like it wants to break 90,000, but I guess you never know. But I'll tell you this, which I've been saying for a few days: if you break 90,000, for more than a second, right? If you break it and hold it, I think you quickly go to challenge 100,000, and probably I don't think you're going to pass it. Not this time. All right. So probably you go from like 90,000 to like 98, 99,000, maybe even 99,900, and that's going to happen really fast. All right. So keep an eye on that. We're long kind of via RK. I got long-term shares in Bitcoin with some of the ETFs. Not doing any short-term call options personally, but if you did since the election, wow, imagine the money you've been making in MicroStrategy and Coin and Hood. Good for you on that. We've been mostly focused on Tesla with the options rather than the crypto names. But in any case, we had another catalyst yesterday. DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. Now, I don't think this is getting enough play. Feeling or thesis out there that Trump is just going to come in and somehow get rid of Powell or bully Powell around and say, cut rates, inflate. And that means in the housing market, translate that inflation, right? No, that's not what. Do I have it right? No, I got it wrong. It's about the tax cuts, right? So it's like tax cuts, increased deficit, right? Bad for bonds down. That's been the play. And I think they have it wrong. I really do, man. They're not taking this Department of Government Efficiency seriously. We've now taken the next step with Elon Musk running that Department of Government Efficiency along with Vivek Ramaswamy. I believe that's how you say his name. This is deadly serious. All right. And we're actually going to show you a couple stocks that maybe you could short that are focused on Washington, D.C. real estate. But this is deadly serious. This is a revolution. I don't think it really is a revolution. I don't think a lot of people really understand this yet, that what's going to be going on with the government. I do believe they will do this. At least they'll try to do it, and that sentiment will follow. And you're going to see bonds going back up again. And I also think that the tax cuts will bring in more revenue. I don't think you're going to see increased deficits under Trump. I really don't. I think the market has it wrong. I think those deficits are going to decrease, and maybe we can even start paying off some debts in the next 4 years. Actually, I'm very hopeful of that. And so I think the bond market might have it wrong, and it could be a good time to get into TLT. All right, we'll talk about that in just a second. All right. So risk on day today with CPI in line, Bitcoin proxy for risk pumping, IWM risk assets pumping, RK pumping. And I think if I had to make a bet, I'd say we're going to have open green candles on these guys today. All right. I don't think this is going to be a gap and fade day. I think this is going to be a gap and run day for these names. Okay. Let's get into, let's just look at the ERs. Kava's up there. Take a look at it if you want. I've never looked at it. It appears to be overvalued to me, but we have lots of other stuff going on. RUM, terrible earnings report. We got lucky. I had a position in RUM going into the ER, and at the end of the day, I'm like, our other top pick, RCAT, RUM was not even a top pick. It was just a speculative thing that it might run into the report. And then RCAT started exploding at the end of the day, which is a serious top pick. So I switched out all of my RUM for RCAT late in the day and avoided this. So I just got lucky on that. So RCAT we'll talk about in just a second. Other earnings reports, we got Rocket Lab, which is great. Unfortunately, all out. I rode a lot of this move down here from like 5 to 8 or 9, but I missed this much bigger move. Oh my gosh, congratulations if you stayed in. I have no way of quantifying their earnings report. They got some new deals. That's great. So if I can't quantify it, I'm not going to be Congratulations if you're still in Rocket Lab. So we got one we can quantify. Dave, this is a Godfather pick. We'll talk about that in just a second when we go over the top picks. All right, let's move on over to the top picks. Red, let me know if there's some comments. I see some red indicators there that there's some comments. If there's something.
Yeah, it's just Yosef going on about CPI today.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's just saying it's inline. Okay, yeah, well, we covered that. So risk on today. Okay, so let's go over it now. I'm going to go over these, but in no particular order right now. By the time we get to the end of the show, which I'm going to try to end on time today, which is in 6 minutes. We'll try to rank these in top 5. All right, so let's just jump to Tesla. Yes, Tesla still very bullish on this. I think today could be a day that we test again the highs, 350. If you look at the chart, go to 30 minutes. There's some resistance here at 350, or was it the 5 minutes? That you could see clearly. Yeah, up here, 350 key level. There you go. So 350 key level. So 350 to the highs, 358, I think is in play today on Tesla, 350 to 358. All right. So that'll be up there. TLT, again, I think this isn't. TLT is interesting because the call options are extremely cheap on TLT. And if you get the direction right, you just small moves in TLT give you like huge returns. It's ridiculous. All right. Yosef knows this. So I'm going to throw TLT at the top. They haven't had much time. The bond managers haven't had much time to react to the news, inline CPI, and also Department of Government efficiency here. So potentially you have a much bigger move in TLT today into tomorrow. So maybe we'll throw that into the top 5. Okay, we talked about ASTS with their earnings coming up Thursday afternoon. We gave you a price target yesterday of 27 to 29 before earnings. We're up here at 26 here, up 7%. So maybe that'll make it into the top 5. We'll see. Okay, then we got RCAT, which was our top pick yesterday. I think the number 2 pick of the day, exploded to new highs. You know what? I know we're breaking out here, but I'm not actually going to put this in the top 5 today. Okay. This is a swing. It's a long. I don't have a catalyst for today. Yesterday was just obvious with the chart that we're going to break. There was some cyber sleuthing going on in terms of them winning a deal. So that was the reason we had it yesterday, predicting we'd break. We have a pop this morning. I actually took a little bit off the table here because I won some capital to day trade some other stuff in my day trading account. My long-term account, I'm holding all the RCAT. This is a potential double or triple if and when they win some big contracts we're looking for. So RCAT looking good. Not going to be in the top 5 today, but definitely a top swing. One of the ones I'm most excited about actually is a swing right now. Oklo with a little bit of news. Okay, I think we got better things going on now. They got some contracts to build some plants or stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very volatile. If you can buy the dips, sell the rips. I did a little bit in pre-market on the news, made a couple $100, not a big deal. But I think we probably have better stuff than Oklo. Let me just look at the daily chart, 28.12, 25.12 right now. Yeah, I think we have better things to play. Dave is going to be in the top 5. Okay, Dave, wow, this is incredible. Can this be the next Sezzle? So Godfather has been all over these fintech names. And last week, Sezzle did this. Went from like 240 to 450. It was up like 70%. So I didn't look closely at the math, but I think they raised their guidance by 60%, I think is what it was. So we're up 38%, right? So 60% move obviously has much more room. Wow, look at the weekly chart. This is beautiful breakout on the weekly chart.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, on the weekly chart, beautiful breakout. It looks like $90 or so is a resistance level. But Godfather has like a $150 price target on that, 12-month price target. We'll see how quickly that can happen. But this morning, we gave an alert to our community this morning when the stock was under $78. We're like, opportunity right now. There's a big seller at 78 on the ask right now is like 60,000 shares, something like that. All right. So we gave that real-time alert to our Discord and they took it. A lot of people took it. I took it. And we're already up from 78 to now $85 last trade, kind of at the midpoint between the bid and ask. So Dave is going to be a top pick today. So TLT keeps ripping. Oh my gosh. There's also, by the way, there's TMF, which is three times TLT. I had that on my list last night as something to maybe buy in pre-market. And I just, whatever. I got distracted with Dave and and RCAT and OCLO and things like that. But TMF, just keep in mind, 3 times levered TLT. But hey, Yosef, help us find some TLT call options after the open. All right. So we got Dave up here in the top 5. We got TLT in the top 5, or TMF. We got Tesla. We got ASTS still. I think even with a gap here of 7%, I'm still looking for a move to 27 to 29 before earnings tomorrow afternoon. RCAT's not going to be in the top 5 today. OCLO not in the top 5 today. I do want to talk a little bit about DXYZ and TSSI. Before I do that, let me just say this is another swing I'm super excited about. OPFI. This is another Godfather stock, which the price action has been beautiful. The chart is gorgeous. It's a great breakout. I think it's another fintech name. This one, I think, is heading over $10. We've been all over this one in our community with options and warrants, and the warrants are crazy on this one. Added more warrants yesterday. So OPFI potentially looking for a near-term move to close to $10. That's been crazy. We'll have that as a swing, not as a day trade. Want to also mention MSOS, Chris Christie coming out, giving his unasked for opinion that Donald Trump will legalize cannabis. Former governor of my state, grew up in New Jersey. But in any case, I don't much like that guy. But anyway, it was his opinion. But anyway, this has been beaten down. And guess what? I think it was beaten down. Right. Was there another reason? I think there was something in Florida that they said we don't want to legalize cannabis. There was like a referendum. Is that right?
Yeah, it didn't get passed here in Florida.
How about, were there other states that had that a vote?
I'm not too sure. I know Florida, we didn't pass.
So I think this was down because of the Florida vote. But I looked into RFK. RFK is like into alternative medicine and stuff, right? So yep. I had a hunch that he's into cannabis, and I did a little research, and he is. So this thing has gotten killed. So we looked at this. At first, I wrote it off. I missed. I kind of missed the pullback here. It was right in here. So it was a pullback right here at like 440. And I'm like, yeah, it looks good, but I hate Chris Christie. I don't want to buy anything because something he says. So I got a little bit, put a little bit of my emotional bias into that. But by the end of the day, we saw the price action was good. Got back in with the help of someone from our community. I forgot the person's name. She identified an option, which I thought was really smart. It was a $5 January call. So January gives you plenty of time to hear about their policies and what they're going to do and what position RFK might have. All right. And they were pretty cheap, too, from what I saw. So MSOS got a little bit of a swing.
And then what about the other one, too, Ben? I think it's like Planet 13, because I remember that was huge back in the day with all that frenzy.
I don't know anything about it. Is it PLNH? Yeah, someone last night actually messaged me last night about PLNH. I didn't look into it. But, if I'm going to be playing cannabis names, I'll just play the ETF. It's just easier.
Yep, definitely.
Okay, wow. There's a lot we didn't cover yet. Okay, with the Department of Government Efficiency, I'm just going to put out here 2 names that potentially can be down: JBGS and ELME. These are both focused on, I think one of them is more commercial real estate in DC. Another one's more residential. I think it was a JBGS, which was commercial. And look at this. So they knew. Someone in the Trump world. Either they were speculating or they knew that the Department of Government Efficiency would actually be would actually happen and not just campaign rhetoric. So it's actually happening. And look at this big drop in JBGS yesterday. Focus in the DC area, like a pure play, I think in mostly commercial real estate. It's taken a beating. Maybe it has more to drop today. ELME, this is residential real estate in the DC area, had a couple red candles, but hasn't gotten beaten yet. So if you're looking for a way to play Department of Government Efficiency play, I would say it's long TLT. Oh my gosh. I wish see. You guys got to pay me. I'm like here not making money. I can't trade. All right. Hop on Discord, please. Storytrading.com. I'm going to stop doing this if you guys don't subscribe. Storytrading.com/Discord. Hop on right now. It's only $2 a day because I'm missing opportunities. Like maybe I would have picked up that TMF. Hopefully some of you did during the show. But in any case, I digress. So long TLT and short JBGS and ELME are potentially powerful plays here. Let me just throw this back at the top. There's so much to cover here. So I'll throw these as a kind of a pair trade, right? Long TLT and short one of these two. That's the Department of Government efficiency play right there. Okay. Dave on earnings, Tesla on the rebound, ASTS on earnings coming up. RCAT not going to be a swing today. OpFi is a swing. These are both swings. Not going to be a day trade today. RCAT and OpFi are going to be swings, not day trades. Oh, I wanted to talk about DXYZ. I want to look for pullbacks to get into this, man. I know the math says it's overvalued, but I'm going to disagree on that. I mean, it's probably overvalued at 33.60. But if I can get this in the 20s, when it was down here, like 14, I'm like, you got to put this in your long-term account. This is the only way to get into SpaceX. And also, they have a stake, a closed-end fund in OpenAI. I'm sorry, but SpaceX, by the time they go public, is going to be it's going to go public at over $1 trillion valuation. Yep,
it's crazy.
I really believe that. Okay. DXYZ. Okay. So anyway, not a trade for today, even though it could have some bids. What's that?
I said we have a question about VTSI. Someone put it in there.
I see there's a TMDX note. Let's put that up on the screen if you can. Put the TMDX up. We'll look at that. I don't know. How can I get to VTSI? I don't think I have time. Amar. Oh, wow. Thank you for that tip. Can we show that? Woo! We got a tip. Cool. That's fun. How do you even do that? That's on YouTube? I don't even know where that money goes. All right. That's fun. Idea. We'll have to find out if it's where it's linked to. All right. So thank you, Yosef, for that. That's fun. All right. So let's see. What else? So much to talk about. My gosh. All right. There's a few other important things I wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah. DXYZ. If I can get this back in the 20s, and I can have an underlying bid today because Elon Musk just put out a launch schedule. Starship's going up again. It's absolutely crazy how quickly they get these Starship tests going up. Oh, my gosh, man. This is going to be $1 trillion company. All right. So let's see now. There's so much. I know. I look at Bitcoin. This is crazy. About to break 90,000. It's going to be risk on today. We're going to get that RK. Let me just bring up that TMDX or some news out that Yosef put. Let's throw that up here.
I'll bring that up.
Reiterates. Here. You got it. Okay, put it. Okay. Reiterates that target TMDX. All right. TMDX. Transmedics. Oh, goody. $94. Got only about 5. Maybe I have 10 call options. I have to check. In fact, I'm going to check right now on my other screen. If I have it in my other account. No, I sold half of them. All right. So I only have 5 call options. That was a pretty neat, clear trade that we got. Maybe up there towards $100. Okay. Let's move back on. I got to cover now TSSI. TSSI is going to gap open. You can already see this is not too greatly reliable because it's over the counter. But tomorrow, it's not going to be over the counter anymore. All right. We've been playing this from 270 to now 10. Our latest price target, we've been upgrading our price target all along the way based on technicals and catalysts, okay? Latest price target we gave you was 8 to 10 by earnings. Earnings are tomorrow afternoon. This is uncanny. Oh my gosh. We're going to hit the 10 today, guys. It's 950 by 966 in pre-market. We're going to hit the 10 probably today. And not only are earnings tomorrow afternoon, but they just announced last night, starting tomorrow morning, they're going to be on the NASDAQ, folks, finally. So this is going to be fun. More liquidity, more transparency in level 2, after hours trading, and then the earnings report. So we'll see. Maybe I take some off the table at 10, but maybe not. Actually, I have a more detailed trade plan of how to approach TSSI in our Discord. So check that out at storytrading.com/Discord. And with that, let's try to make our top 5 picks here so I can go and set up some trades. All right. Definitely going to have Dave up there in the top 5. We're going to have Tesla up there in the top 5. We're going to have ASTS up there in the top 5 today. Oh, Ross. Wow. Now I really got to find it. I hope this money doesn't go to a black hole. I don't even remember setting up like a bank account on YouTube. We got to figure that. Now you guys give us some homework. This is so cool. Thanks for all you do. So happy to be part of the community, making bank with the Discord. That's so cool. All right. Someone's got to figure out where that money goes. Okay. So let's see here. So we got ASTS, Tesla, Dave in the top 5. I'm going to put TLT in the top 5. Yosef, help us find some TLT calls at the open. I think these will probably happen, but I'm not much of a shorter. If you want to look for puts, I think you're going to see more downside in ELME and JBGS, but I'm not going to put them in the top 5. Okay, I think there's another thing we got to put in the top 5. Oh, it's TSSI. I'm going to throw TSSI in the top 5. Okay, so we got ASTS, Tesla, TLT, TSSI, Dave, all in the top 5, and we'll just watch Bitcoin break 90 and have a lot of fun with that. Okay, RCAT and OCFI are swings. OCLO, I'm just avoiding that because you can buy the tips. It's tradable. Let's throw that up there as like a number 6 position and buy the dips. MSOS as well might be interesting, but not going to be in the top 5, either of those two. Okay, VKTX might be interesting after some data out there. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay, yesterday, one of their competitors, I think, dropped out of the race, and now it's pretty clear that VKTX is going to be the next in line with their GLP-1 to compete with the big boys. That's pretty clear at this point. So help us out here. Help us out here, Rhett. What do you think of these top 5, and which one would you put as number 1?
Ooh, number 1. I think I'm going to have to go back again with Tesla again today.
Are you? Okay, well, yeah, that's going to be, if you time it right, Tesla calls or TSLL calls will be the way to do that. Or the other way to do it is RK. In fact, let me just switch back to here and throw RK back into the top of the list. So let's throw that up here. Okay, so you're saying Tesla, but we also have RK as a proxy for that. Yep. You also get the Bitcoin with RK.
And Tesla. Tesla owns $1 billion.
Yeah. You get Tesla and this Bitcoin breakout. I want to suggest maybe RK would be better today. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we got ASTS. Wow. I may have to sell some call options at the open and then buy some TLT call options at the open. This is crazy. How am I going to have time for all this? All right. So I don't know what to tell you. Top 5. Okay. We got Tesla and ARK. We got ASTS. We got TLT. We got TSSI and Dave. I'm going to throw Dave up here.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
In the top 5. All right, so we got 5 picks for you. Wow. Okay, I'm not saying Tesla will have the biggest percentage move. It won't. I don't think it will from the open to close. I think that can be Dave or it could be TSSI. Okay, so... but Tesla, I know everyone's interested in that. You know what? I'm going to make RK the top pick. It's just more liquid. I don't know if there's more liquid, actually, but I want to be part of the Bitcoin break of 90,000 if it happens. So RK, Tesla, Dave, ASTS, TLT, and TSSI. Is that 6? But it's really 5 because RK, Tesla's 1. Play it however you like. Play Tesla with RK, play it with Tesla, play it with TSLL. That's like your number 1 group of picks. Then you got Dave, which could end up with the biggest percentage move today. We have ASTS still. We got TLT call options, which actually might be the biggest percentage move. And we got TSSI, which also can be a big percentage move, but it's not very liquid. So I'm not going to put that as a top pick for today for you guys. But if you can try it, I think we're hitting $10 to TSSI. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I don't think we have time for the live Discord. We'll see. I got to run because we're going to be on Benzinga at 11 a.m., Benzinga at 11 a.m., 1 p.m. on Wolf Financial Spaces. We got a very busy day today. We'll find you at storytrading.com/Discord. I want to collaborate with you on TLT calls. All right, take care. We'll see you on the Discord now.